Everyone, welcome to another video. So in this video we'll try and understand the main reason why luxury goods have become more expensive from April 2025, and the main reason is because of TCS or tax collected at source. Well, let's try to understand the concept of TCS in a simplified manner. So you have a seller. The seller is of course selling goods to the buyer, and the government has said that on specific goods, on only specific goods, the seller will have to collect TCS from the buyer, which basically means that if the value of the goods is 100 rupees, he will have to charge 10 rupees more, and then 110 is what the seller will collect and pay this 10 rupees as TCS to the government. This is the concept of TCS, and this has been specified on specific goods. Now, if you look at the luxury market in India, we have the data up to 2024. And right from 2017, there's been an upward trend. Of course, because of COVID, the arrow was showing a downward trend. But right from 2020, 21, 22, 23 and 24, there's been a sharp increase in the market for luxury goods. As of 2024, it is standing at around $8.4 billion, the luxury goods market in India. And people today are preferring premium brands. They are preferring a BMW over a Mahindra. They are preferring a Zara over a V-Mart, or a Nestle over a Unilever. So because of this demand preference and the sharp increase in the market size for luxury goods market in India, the government has brought about the concept of TCS on luxury goods this time as well. And this is governed by a particular section under the Income Tax Act, and that is 206C1F. So prior to April 2025, there was only one particular transaction on which TCS was applicable, that is at 1% under this particular section, and that is for car sales. So if there's any seller selling a car worth more than 10 lakh rupees to a particular buyer, then on that value of the car, 1% TCS is what the seller will have to collect and then remit to the government. So if you buy a car for 12 lakhs rupees, you'll have to end up paying 12 lakhs plus 12,000 rupees TCS, pay the entire amount to the seller will pay the 12,000 rupees to the government as TCS. So prior to April 25, there was only one transaction under this particular section attracting 1% TCS. But from 22nd of April 2025, the government, through way of a notification, has specified 10 items falling in the bracket of luxury goods, wherein if you sell luxury goods more than 10 lakh rupees, these 10 items, then the seller or the person selling the luxury good will have to collect 1% TCS on the value from the buyer. And this list has 10 different things. You have watches, you have pieces of art, collectibles like coins and stamps, yacht, rowing boat, canoe, helicopter, sunglasses worth more than 10 lakh rupees, handbags, purses, pair of shoes, sportswear, equipment for golf, ski wear specified, any home theater system, and if you're buying a horse for race clubs and polo, then definitely you will have to end up paying TCS to the seller will pay to the government. So even for online sales, so regardless of what type of sales, online or offline, the vendor will definitely charge a 1% TCS over and above the value of this particular luxury good. Now the biggest headache is for the seller, because now he will have to collect the TCS. The buyer of course will have to pay TCS to the seller, so that it becomes more expensive. But on the other hand, the seller will have to collect it and be responsible to pay the same to the government by 7th of the next month. So you have a particular deadline by which TCS needs to be paid. So if you're collecting TCS for the month of May, you need to pay by 7th of June. If you're collecting for June, you need to pay by 7th of July. The other one is filing a return by the seller. So this TCS of 1% which is collected from the buyer, definitely the buyer will have to shell out TCS at that moment of sale when he's making a payment, but that he can claim as a credit when he's filing his income tax return before the due date of filing the ITR. So in order to get a credit, the seller will have to file a return showing the particulars, the PAN number and all that of the buyer, and that needs to be filed by the 15th of the month succeeding the quarter in which the TCS was collected. So right now we're sitting the quarter April, May, June, and therefore if a sale happens more than 10 lakh rupees and TCS is collected and paid, The seller will have to file return in form 27EQ, it's called, by 15th of July. April, May, June quarter, July 15th. Definitely the seller should have a tax collection account number, otherwise he'll not be able to collect and pay TCS. And once he's filed return by 15th, he has to give a certificate in form 27D to the buyer as a proof that the TCS has been collected, paid and return has been filed, so that he gets a 1% credit when he files the income tax return. So these are the compliances that is going to be extra for the seller this time, because you have more goods coming under the purview of this particular section in addition to car sales. So just to give you a brief on how this is going to work, say the value of the car now, or the value of any goods now, is going to be, let's say, 15 lakhs of rupees. Now you're definitely going to have a GST, and for most luxury goods the GST is at 28%, so that comes to around 4,20,000 rupees. And then on top of that you're going to have a 1% TCS. Mind you, it's not on the value including GST. TCS is only on the main value of the good, which is 15 lakhs, and that comes to around 15,000 rupees as TCS. All in all, you get a 19 lakh 35,000 rupees as the total value of the good in terms of adding GST and TCS. So you have a 4 lakh 35,000 rupees extra from 15 lakhs of rupees. So this is going to be more expensive because of the interplay of GST and TCS. Of course, GST is something that you can get credit of if it is an allowable item. Cars, of course, you cannot get GST credits, and TCS definitely you will get the credit once you file your income tax return. Well, I hope I was able to make things clear through this particular video. If you do like this video, please do show support to us by hitting the like button. If you want more videos like these on a regular basis through way of notifications, you could also think of hitting on the subscribe button. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and thank you.